But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Girl Gaming. Today, we're going to be playing something extremely fun, and you can probably see it here on the screen. We are going to be playing a preview version of Star Trek Continuum, which is a Homeworld Remastered total conversion. And joining us is the lead developer, Nathanius. We're going to call him Nathan for the sake of this. Hello, Nathan.
Hello. How are you going?
Hello. Every day is a pleasure, and thank you very much for giving this preview version. There we go. I do know words. Also, we have this cannon fodder gentleman here, which is KillaBC. You may know from the Star Trek Armada 3 team, or Connor, as we'll call him today.
That's easier than saying cannon fodder or KillaBC all the time.
It is.
And I respond better, so, you know.
You do. Okay, so what we've done is we've set up a multiplayer match, and it's just going to be an all versus all. Just so we can kind of show off the game a little bit. Now, I'm playing as the magnificent Cardassians. Nathanius here is playing as the duplicitous, honourless Targs that are the Klingons. And, of course, Connor is playing as the Federation, which he usually never does. Right.
No, not in STA3 anyway.
Actually, you're a Klingon player usually, aren't you?
Usually, yeah. But I quite like the Federation in this. I get a Galaxy class, that's all I need.
I'm just in love with the cloaking effect that's in Homeworld Remastered. I'm still getting used to it being on our ships, so I want
quite
to see
look
more
forward
of
to
it
seeing that.
today.
Is that a new feature that you weren't able to do in the last
Well, you won't in some cases.
Well, the shaders for the old game, they were sort of broken when
I see.
they shoehorned some normal maps into it, so some bump mapping. And cloaking was one of the things that was sacrificed as part of that. So we had some extra overlays and stuff, which we've gotten rid of now. But you've got proper, beautiful cloaking that Gearbox has gifted to us. So you'll get to see some of that today.
Oh, good. I look forward to seeing that. Okay. So in this preview version, what races can you play as?
At the moment, we have the three original, the Federation, the Klingons, and the Romulans.
Yep.
And we have also taken advantage of some new, they call them filters and tags,
Yes.
to allow us to start doing races which only appeared in either a single era or two eras, but not all of the eras. So the Cardassians are our debut. They're the work of Dark Sentinel, very, very talented modeler.
I'm really looking forward to this. I've seen quite a few of his of images of his work, and they look fantastic.
Yeah, it's all hopefully working too. Like you mentioned, it's a preview.
It is indeed.
We wanted to do something special for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, so we decided to let people start playing, start gathering feedback, and to do some monthly updates with whatever we've done during the month. So some months will be lean, some months will be very exciting. So just have to keep coming back and checking.
And speaking of feedback, if people want to download the preview as and when it comes out, and they'd like to leave you some feedback, if they think something's working great, they can tell you, or something isn't working as intended, how do they go about doing that?
Well, we've set up some channels. The best one's actually Facebook, oddly enough. It allows you to send files back through, and we often need a log file from the game. And yeah, so there's instructions for that on Steam in a discussion that I pinned. So that's all ready to go.
And when is release of the beta version? Has it already released, or is it upcoming?
It's available on Steam already.
It is.
You just need to subscribe. But as far as the full version goes, we may never be done. We may never call it anything else.
That's actually what I like to hear from a modder, so good on you. Right then, sir, should we start the match?
Yes.
Yeah,
let's begin. Make it so.
I think you've got to click the ready box, sir.
Ah.
I don't want to tell you how to play your mod, but...
You'd be surprised how little I actually played the game.
Like when you try talking to Max, it's like, all you hear is gold, and it's like, no.
That's going in the outtakes.
You're not recording.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Oh, I designed a new vessel. It's a keeper. Right.
That's Irish, isn't it?
I don't know where I'm going with it. I can't do accents. Actually, no. We need to stop anyway. Fuck.
Ship construction.
Oh.
That's true.
Oh. Desynced.
And we have a crash. Call the ambulance.
Okay. Right.
Well, where's my mouse? Yeah.
Well, ladies and
the joys of a-
gentlemen,
joys of a
we
beta.
are back. Hasn't taken any time at all. It's just
2
been
hours.
literally a couple of seconds, 2 hours. And we are now ready to play. There are a couple of brief errors that we had to deal with, and Nathan has ironed them out, destroyed them, removed them from the galaxy, and we're now ready to get going.
Hopefully.
Oh, fingers crossed. And legs.
Everything is crossed.
So let's start the game,
Everything.
and I'm sure it's going to be as smooth as butter.
I do like.
We have to sort out the random maps. It used to sync the seed that was used for the map, but it wasn't happening, so we kept desyncing.
Yeah. So what was happening is it wasn't generating the same across all players,
Crew standing by.
and it had a bit of a
All
whinge
hands
as a result,
full.
didn't it?
You could say that, yes.
Reinforcements are coming. Beginning ship construction.
I'm fond of the term
Awaiting
going
orders.
tits up, but
Bring
yeah.
us to a new heading.
I think that's probably a fair assessment. Do you know
Ship
one thing I've
construction
never
complete.
really been fond of in Homeworld Remastered? I don't like the backgrounds, the skyboxes overlay.
Ship
Oh, the classic.
Neither do I,
Star Wars.
really. They're pretty, but they don't really feel
They
Star
detract from
Trek-y
gameplay, don't
to
they?
me. I wouldn't call them a
Construction
detraction, but
What are our
yeah,
orders?
we
Following
still have
orders.
to fix the static maps that we had last time.
Mhm.
It's
construction complete.
something that's in progress.
All hands report. Order acknowledged. Standing by. All hands report.
Peregrines.
Now, one thing I'm noting, now that we're playing, and there's all sorts of cardy things going on here, you're still using some fed voices for the cardies, aren't you? Is that set to change?
No, that should
Standing
be
by.
already fixed.
Research
So
complete.
I will have a look
Command
at that.
received.
Okay. Oh.
The,
I saw that you were lagging,
The
but there was
change
no
to the
decent.
default.
Reinforcements are coming.
It looks like using the default maps is sort of that one.
Ah, fantastic. That's really good to hear. So we're just going to have
So
a...
people will have to tolerate the tiny maps briefly. Although it does mean that you'll have very short games.
That's probably best, because, I mean, yeah, it'll just get embarrassing over time for me if we're allowed to have a longer game. At least this way I can be like, well, I didn't have a chance. Like... Now, I'm not familiar with modding on Homeworld at all. Can you assign an individual particle effect to each mining craft?
You can, yes.
Okay.
We've just been lazy about that, really.
I was just wondering if you could kind of, like, in the future maybe consider getting like a yellow one for the cardies here.
That's definitely doable.
Not that I'm
Yeah, it's purely been.
biased.
All hands report.
Well, there's a lot we want to do. All of the effects is one of the things there, but we're a small team, and
how many
no
are
one
there
really
of
knows how the.
We are yours to command.
It varies, but there's a core of about 3 people. The 3 who started the mod, 2 of them have sort of retired. They still offer advice and a bit of help every now and again, but there's 3 core guys and a few more modelers who are offering their work, like the venerable Stress Puppy, you may know.
Beginning ship construction.
Indeed, yes.
And yes, and there's also a guy who's actually been quite good with a lot of mods on the Star Trek Armada scene. Ad Melman, he's done a few models for us too.
Reinforcements are coming.
He's currently working on Gorn ships for us, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's
Ship
Oh, is that for the
yeah.
TP?
Yes, I always loved the Gorn from Starfleet Command 2. So he's remastering them so that we can use them. We already had some in there, but not enough to make a race out of it yet.
Beginning ship construction.
Issue the command.
Ooh.
Ship construction complete.
These fine gentlemen here, they have the Cardassian voices. Just clicked on a Hideki, which is a really nicely done model, by the way.
Ah, yes.
But it makes a difference from hearing your voice when you do Cardassian things.
It's disappointing. Why am I not telling myself what I'm doing?
Ship construction complete. Ship construction complete.
Did you want to voice a Cardassian for us?
I'd love that actually. I'd really enjoy
Oh, god damn it.
it. You see what you've done.
You seem to have the good. You've got the good audio equipment, you know.
Well, some days. As long as
You're all
I
set
clean it up and filter it myself.
to be a voice actor.
Continue all research.
No, the guys often take the mickey, shall we say, just to be polite, because I voiced the Cardassian kind of UI voiceover.
Station complete.
Complete. Yes. So when I do videos playing as the Cardassians,
Wait.
I'm of course talking to myself while talking to myself.
You may notice
Standing by.
for the default maps, the asteroids are too close together, so you may see some resource collectors getting a little stuck.
Oh yes, I'll try and keep an eye on that.
There's a bit of lag occurring, chaps.
Oh yes, I do see a little bit of lag, yeah.
It says you're lagging.
Oh, there we go, it's cleared up.
What are our orders?
Sorry, that was my girlfriend. She's downloading
Ship
something.
construction complete.
I've vigorously done
We
the
are prepared.
kill it motion
Ship construction complete.
in the background there.
So what are you even thinking?
Right away.
Oh, I am liking some of these
I had a
ships.
calendar entry for this in my calendar and everything.
Discontinue all research.
Just some of them? Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, the engine glows. They stop when it's not moving. Oh, this is better than Sins.
Did anyone hear that?
There you go,
Homeworld
that's
Remastered
endorsement, that is.
beautiful.
That is endorsement.
The old Homeworld 2 did that too.
It did, yeah. I remember it on the... I can't remember what it is I noticed it on. I think it was the Excelsior class.
It's always a fun discovery when you find it.
I think it's
But
touches like that I really kind of, thoroughly enjoy.
You'll enjoy the battle scars as well, no doubt. They're
I
a
imagine
hugely
so.
improved system. They have normal maps on them now, so they're not just the flat
Discontinue all
little
research.
pitches that occasionally appeared on the old one. I've seen actually a few times where the bridges of Federation ships were completely normal mapped away,
Complete.
and it's
Research
like,
complete.
what's happened to that poor ship? They're running it from the battle bridge, no doubt.
The last lieutenant. There.
Right away.
Oh dear, I suppose I better get some... Oh, hello, what's this?
Yes, I'll take
Reinforcements
a couple of
are coming.
those. Perhaps a
Beginning
couple
ship
of those.
construction.
One thing that's really cool is that for the flagship mode, we've enabled multiple channels of
All
building,
hands report.
so they can build 2 ships at once, make the flagship
Ship
game mode
construction complete.
progress a little
Oh,
faster.
nice. Yeah.
Kill it!
Kill it. Oh, have you guys? Ah,
Get out! Leave me alone.
I see a KillaBC.
Going to be an ex-KillaBC.
Ship construction
These maps are
complete.
quite tight. My dock path for the fighters is
Issue the
actually
command.
blocked.
I'm not happy with this. The destruction of my ship is an insult that I cannot tolerate.
On our way.
There's another one coming.
Bring us about.
So small, like the phasers are having a really bad time at hitting it. But that torpedo nailed it.
Get off!
No,
That's my boys.
can't make me.
That's my boys.
I'll send more.
Don't send me.
The Ah, goodness.
Why can't you just be good to me?
Ship
Because you won't be good to
construction
me later on when you've got loads of galores.
I wouldn't possibly even know how to build a galore. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, Norin. Hello.
Not personally, but you've got a fleet to do that.
New heading.
Oh, I should probably build some of those.
Can you stop killing my ships?
Oh,
Where'd you bleeding live?
you ain't going to find out.
I'm
So,
gonna have to
yes.
modify these default maps.
I think you might have to somehow.
Yes.
The resource collectors are having so much trouble that I'm running out of resources.
Just out of interest,
Actually,
kind
no,
of-
that guy only has one miner.
What are our orders?
how many
Sorry?
miners do you tend to build?
I do about 4 per ship.
Reinforcements are
That
coming.
seems to keep a constant
We are
flow
ready.
if they're not, stuck on
Beginning
asteroids.
ship construction.
Actually, it seems to be only the resource cluster right next to my base that has
Ship
the asteroids too
construction
close.
complete. Discontinue all research.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to space these out.
For the
That's what a beta's for.
Moving.
Oops.
You can't actually do a lot of, or any online testing if you don't have a LAN going before you have it up on Steam. So this is all very valuable experience.
All those saber classes.
Oh, Hidekis, Norins. Norins everywhere. Ah, interesting. They're good, yeah. Here we have some Klingons.
Discontinue all research. Ship construction complete. Ship
Oh, one got
construction
through.
complete.
Not for long. Oh, those effects are nice.
Get out my land.
Ship construction complete.
The explosion effects are brought from the
What
old
shall
mod
we build?
actually. They still hold up extremely well.
They really do. Colour me impressed.
All hands report. Following orders.
Ship construction complete.
Said about
Discontinue all
these-
research.
These terrible Klingons.
They're a little slow at the moment.
What are our orders? Order acknowledged. All hands report.
Ship construction complete.
Following
Sartan
orders.
class, Norin, Keldeki.
So, have you found that there are any limitations with the Homeworld engine that you feel aren't as Trek as you'd ideally like them to be?
That's an interesting question. The shields is the worst part of it. We've had to create our own version of something that appears to be shields. It's almost entirely, but not quite unlike shields, actually.
Order acknowledged.
Okay, do you want to run us through that a little bit? Just kind of, so people who don't understand anything, that's me, by the way, can gain a greater understanding.
Discontinue all research.
Yeah. So the way we've done it is to have a extra collision mesh in the ship file, and have another script which monitors for when
What
the
are
ship's
our
health
orders?
gets to about
Command
25%.
received.
When that happens, it moves the collision mesh up
Ship
1 million
construction
meters
complete.
and plays a shield break effect. So you stop having
We
the
are prepared.
shots hit the shield bubble and they start hitting the hull. The worst part of that is that you still have the effect
Standing
for
by. Following orders.
the shields being played on the hull of the ship, but that's a trade-off.
Research complete.
We're hopeful that Gearbox will still do something about that, but you know, it's all pending.
I see.
Reinforcements are coming.
Oh god, run away.
Ready for action.
What are our
Finally, second
orders?
shipyard.
Issue the command. On our way. Bring us about. Ready for action. We are prepared. Adjust heading.
For Cardassia.
Moving while engaging.
my.
Moving while engaging.
You've got to do it in George Takei's voice. It's a Star Trek one.
my. Yeah, that's a galore. That's a bit bigger than what I'm used to fighting at the moment.
Discontinue all research.
Give the word.
Oh, has he got galores already?
Yes.
Because Cardassia.
Because Cardassia.
So
Oh,
let me
nice.
just whip this out.
That is a nice galore. Am I correct in thinking that that Homeworld is able to support a fairly well-detailed model size?
Yes, we've got about 20,000 polys per model as our limit. We don't
Nice.
go there most of the time. That's also supplemented with bump maps and up to 8K by 8K textures.
Well, that's actually
So-
very large.
Yeah, you'd only use that for a few things, like maybe
Discontinue all
planets in the
research.
background or some units where you only get one of them. It's a bit silly to use that for everything,
Of course.
because you'd run out of resources. It's still a
Beginning
32-bit
ship construction.
engine, so you'd run into the 2 gig
Reinforcements
limit
are coming.
pretty quickly if you did that.
Issue the command.
But
On our
if
way.
you do play, then it filters
Ready
out
to
and
fight.
only loads the models for the races that you are playing.
Oh, that's clever.
We'd like to
Ship
yeah, so
construction complete.
if we have 20 races in there and 6 of them are TNG, it'll only load 6 races still. We want to try and filter that out further, but yeah, we'd have to create extra races for each era, so we're sticking with our current model at the moment, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We are
We've
yours
got
to
some
command.
easy solutions if we do hit that 2 gig limit.
Give
I believe
the
Sin's
word.
had that problem too, actually.
It did. We resolved it by going down the large address aware road.
Ah, yes.
Everyone
Discontinue
destroyed
all
my probes.
research.
You monsters.
What's this?
They destroyed my probes.
Can't imagine why we'd want to do that.
They were peeping.
They're meant to.
Ready for action.
Oh, that's why they weren't launching.
We need repairs.
They had auto launch turned off. That will make a difference.
Oh, we got some wharfs out.
And when it comes to the races that you would like to include across all the eras, is there one that you think is unlikely but you would really love if you got the opportunity? Star Trek wise.
Well, at the moment, the ones that I would like, in addition to what's there, is the ones from Starfleet Command 2.
Okay.
But that is going to be a very big task because none of the models are up to scratch. So we'd have to recreate, I think it's 5 or 6 races. So we're gonna look after all of the canon races that have enough of a presence to warrant a race.
Yeah.
So the Cardassians were first. We've got the Dominion and the Borg planned for TNG.
Discontinue all research.
And we've got the Gorn based on the Starfleet Command 2 for
fantastic.
TMP.
Construction complete.
There's also the Zindi for the Ent era. Interesting one.
Awaiting further orders.
People have asked us about splitting off the Vulcans and the Andorians and all that, but there's not enough ships for the individual ones there, and it also sort of all gels together in our idea of trying to resolve some of the continuity issues with Enterprise by having all of the ships that we knew before Enterprise as the early Federation ones appear as just post United Federation of Planets ships.
Of course.
Discontinue all research.
So it's like, what was Earth doing on its own? It's like, no one knew.
Yes, Commander.
I really like the way that you've done the Janissary class.
I'll have to pass that on to Dark.
No, ours is much more angular than yours. Just this kind of... it's almost actually, if you look at it from a particular perspective and cut the top off, it looks like the rebel symbol from Star Wars. But it's really, really nicely done, and I think it's very sympathetically done as well.
Yeah, Dark did an excellent job with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing I love seeing, is I love seeing modders be able to kind of take something that might be a little bit dated and might not be
What shall we build?
ideal, if you will, for the current day and age, and turn it into something that is once again beautiful, just by modernising some of the aspects that are suitable. And yeah, that's certainly something that's been done. Just trying to pop a legate out because, from what I remember, I think you
Ship construction complete.
you kind of maintained that very thin spine along the back with the legate.
Yes, it's got the I don't know what you'd call it, like a boom for
Discontinue all
where the tail
research.
sits. I think it's time to go out and visit someone.
Ready.
No, you don't need to do that.
Go.
Ship construction complete.
All hands report.
Research complete.
Order acknowledged. Standing by.
You certainly want to you don't want to come over to me. I mean,
All
I'm just,
hands report. Command received.
Yeah, that's where the recording's happening.
Ship construction complete.
Oh, we're dead.
You don't need one of those.
Reinforcements are coming. Beginning ship
We
construction.
We haven't done anything for the...
Standing
Oh,
by.
goodness.
Ship construction complete.
What are our orders? Following orders.
Are there problems occurring over there?
Oh, look at that.
He was prepared.
We are prepared.
Oh no, it's all good.
Just heading.
I have everything under control.
That is a very nice Klingon ship.
I can't see. You're making me sad.
They're called Kuvlu. I'll come visit you then.
No, don't do that.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I think the Federation should have a jaunt while they're
Issue
You
the
had-
command. On our way.
That's too many ships for me to look at.
I'll have to whip out my Milky Way class.
Fire weapons.
Ship construction complete.
No, you don't need to do this.
He's got to show some battles.
Yes, I'll give him that.
Ah, yes, it's like Sacrifice of Angels all over again. Only with no Breen being useful to me.
They'll be part of the Dominion.
Okay, so
Research item
us
to
about.
do the alliance there.
On our way.
Your orders. Engage engines.
We've still got the Dominion research in there, I think. So if you've got enough,
Surprise!
What's this?
We are prepared.
Lock on target and fire.
It appears that you've got a fleet, sir.
Just a small one.
Issue the command.
Kill it all! Nah, the glows are dying like they did in Jintoka.
They are a bit, aren't they?
Ship construction
we've
complete.
balanced the Cardassians for mass
For
production.
the Union.
That's a problem for me.
Weapons. Fire. Standing by.
There is still balance ongoing.
Adjusting
of course.
Engage.
How are you guys doing
hostiles.
with your resourcing?
Acquire target.
Yeah, fine.
A little slow.
Lock on target.
The rocks definitely need to be spread out
Standing
a little
by.
bit.
Order acknowledged.
All stations ready.
Oh, we've got a turret.
Standing by.
For the Union.
Chris, did you send a turret into the battle?
Got on purpose.
It's just a random turret in the middle of the
Cardassians
map.
are getting desperate. Definitely
Flying
targeting
over
my
there.
galaxy a bit though. Couldn't imagine why you'd want that dead.
I've already destroyed your Defiant.
Oh, there's several Defiants. And a Norway just exploded.
Huh. I just felt
All
like it would be
stations ready.
appropriate.
Fire weapons. Changing
Feeling
lane.
lonely on this side of the map.
But the Cisco is of
Stand
Bajor.
ready. Reroute power to engines.
Yeah, the rage and the boil and the sewing.
What?
Cisco, Bajor, the emissary.
Reinforcements are coming. Beginning ship construction.
Don't know anything
Might
about
go
that
visit.
That turret did a suicide run into my nebula.
guy.
That's what I
Oh
said.
good. Oh goodness.
Not by turret.
Right, I'm going to pull back now because I'm scared of the
Oh
Klingons.
god, that sounds like nothing I want to
Your
happen.
orders.
What?
Increase speed. Attack that
Well,
target.
game over, man.
Kapla.
Perhaps my
Oh,
allies,
depending
the
on-
Federation, would like to help me.
Could. I have a lot of broken stuff.
Oh, look, it's the Feckler. Core, careless, core.
Right away.
I may as well. May as well sacrifice
Watch
a
it
bunch
use
of
its
stuff.
special attack.
Ship construction complete.
Awaiting further orders.
Did you catch that?
I did.
Oh god, Federations.
ultimately this may not be overly helpful to me, but
Awaiting your command. Strike now.
Run away.
Standing by.
You can't. I cut off your mode of retreat. Your route of retreat, should I say?
All stations ready. Fire weapons. Time
Wow.
wasted. They will not survive.
he's got a bit of a fleet.
I know. You didn't thin him out.
Not even a little bit.
Some balancing needed there.
No, not at all. I did lose ships.
I think the worst of it's just been the resourcing.
I've got another little question. The shield mesh that you have on these ships, are you able to change the colour based on race?
Yes, we have an actual effect that's played that's separate to the mesh.
Oh, very nice. Right, I'm afraid to say I think it might just be game over.
You can't be dead. You're the host.
Danger! The Alpha Quadrant! Oh, lost!
All hands report.
Fairly recently I had a Cullinan class, but it's gone somewhere.
I saw it.
Ship
It was
is
in
at the ready.
pieces.
No, it's still going, it's still going. It's very close to being dead.
Don't you pop of the galaxy?
It's taking
Look
over
at that
those
massive
damage
gun
points.
underneath it.
Watch it.
Nice. There it goes.
Oh, misfired.
And there she goes. Very nice. Well, I think...
Now I gotta try and defend myself.
is there a way that I can surrender and then watch the remainder of the match?
If your last ship dies, it'll ask you, do you want to spectate?
Construction crew standing
You
by.
have to scuttle.
New
If you
destination.
scuttle everything, then you'll be able to watch
Okay.
as my
Pull us out. We are yours
stuck
to command.
resourcing operation.
Alright, I think I'm scuttling everything. I'm of the opinion that I've now scuttled anything. Here we go. Continue watching. Yes, please. Oof.
I've scuttled my remote resourcing operations so that when it's over, it's over.
I'm having
You
to
gonna
pull
come
back
in?
a little bit. I'm having to pull back because I tried warping near you and you've got the thing that damages these ships. It warped too close.
Ah, you're paying attention to the warp beacon.
Yes. So
There's a galaxy class that you have, like center of the bunch now. Shields
very
just came
damaged.
back up. It's got an excellent example of the damage effects on it.
around the neck and the neck area.
Yeah, at the back there. That's
Looks like,
gorgeous.
looks like from Generations.
Yeah. Got some
Oh, yeah, I
Cardassian
see.
pummeling in there.
How can I make it do the separation then?
You would launch it. Go to the launch menu and you can separate. That may not retain the scars though.
Oh, okay. I do like the
I've not tested that.
Let's test it now.
Yeah. I'll undock one of them. I'll undock the one on the right. So.
The undocking works. It's just I've not tested if the scars are maintained between the bits.
Okay.
Very nice.
No, the scars are not retained.
I imagine the way that that's done is... Actually, I really don't know how it would be done in Homeworld. I know what we do, but I think it does separate into two distinct entities, doesn't it? And then actually goes back together into one.
It's actually three ships, yeah.
Oh, there is a third hidden one.
Well, it's despawned.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of similar to the way that we achieved it. What we did in SDA3 was the original ship, it remains there, it just becomes invisible and immobile, so it's of no use. While the source of separation goes off and does its thing, and then...
dock them back together.
With regards to the docking, it's done in quite a beautiful, efficient manner in this. Boom, just like
Thank
that.
you.
Whereas the one that we did in SDA3, we had to have it appear to warp out and then kind of warp back together as a particle effect.
Okay. With this one, we have it dock, and then we've sort of timed it so that it's spawned or despawned instantly, so you sort of can't see it.
Right then.
Well, the scars are back, so that's good. Good to know.
Oh, you can see everything I'm doing.
I can see the edge of your fleet turning around now to come and make its final pass.
Oh, the Galaxy class just moves so majestically, it actually looks like it's got weight to it when it moves.
We do still have a little bit of fine-tuning to do for that, but the resistance is coming.
Oh, here comes the torpedo barrage.
We do still have to thin out the torpedoes a bit.
Yes.
We've already
Definitely
doubled.
one or two on the go.
We've doubled the firing times, like the amount of time it takes for it to reload, which has helped a lot. But you can't do too much about the initial barrage.
Oh, the Akira bit it.
Ah, the Klingons still have their way.
But what I feel about the Akira, it's not got much health, but it's definitely got a lot of firepower behind it.
We gave it the wide-angle torpedo launchers that was originally envisaged for it.
One thing I'm really appreciating at the moment while looking at these ships is the I always say this incorrectly and then get laughed at because of it, but the what are they called? The buzzards or buzzards?
The buzzards.
Yeah, the buzzards.
Okay.
They're acting as a light source and they're actually imparting light onto the hull of the ships, and I think that's really nice.
They also rotate, don't they, on the TOS ships?
Yes, we've got an animated shader, and we're gonna eventually animate a lot of them. Actually, Stress Puppy, he's done very good work with the Constitution. It's beautiful. I hope to do another match with you guys later to show off the other errors as we go.
I'd love that actually. That would be something I'd absolutely love.
Maybe when I've spread the asteroids out a little bit so that we're not held back from achieving a bit more in a match.
I think where I fell down there was is I just didn't get enough resources in the and that's not by virtue of me trying and failing. That's because I didn't try. It's my own fault. Should have built more resourcey stuff. But it felt.
Well, let's have a look. We got.
Oh, here we go.
76,000. So you just so happen to be sitting on a nice open resource cluster there to get that going through all right. There.
Jesus.
That's one of the reasons that we did our own maps. I had 3 going, so, and I had less than Chris, so yeah, that's the reason that we did our own maps. So that needs more work too, but that's a beta.
I can see that you had 10 build capable ships as well, so you really went through it.
That'd include the resource controllers and shipyards as well as the outpost.
Well, I think you had 3 shipyards, didn't you, Connor?
I had 4.
You had 4 in the end. Oof.
Yeah.
I think I only had 1 of each. I had a shipyard and a fleet yard, but they went down pretty quickly. Yeah, this has been really, really fun, and I love what you're doing with the Cardassians. It's great to see them getting a little bit of love. I felt that in Armada 2 that they appeared in, wasn't it? They seemed like a bolt-on in Armada 2 to me.
We wanted to fix a lot of that impression.
Yeah, and it feels like they're very, like they've got the same level as love as the Federation, and that's a difficult thing I've found in the past, and I think with ourselves as well at certain points in time. The Federation, there are a lot of canon, semi-canon, fan-made models available or designs available to you. And there's so much fluff and lore that you can really build a huge sprawling faction. Whereas with some of the other races, it's not there unless you make it up yourself.
That's true. And we've taken some liberties with lore and how we've chosen to do things, like the Romulan bird of prey that appeared in Enterprise that looked far too new. We've put that into the TNG era, and we've decided to call it a mistake of the Temporal Cold War, that they had those new-looking ships.
Do you know, rather interestingly, I believe that in Infinities, Max has chosen to do almost exactly the same thing. I think he's put it in the late TMP era.
Great minds, great minds.
I don't think it's going in at all now at the moment.
Oh, is he decided that's not going in at all?
Yeah, no, I think...
That's a good design, though.
It is, I liked it. I didn't like where it was, but I liked it.
Oh, well.
And there wasn't really a bird of prey for TNG either, so it filled a role.
True, very true.
But yes, the other thing is for ENT, there was a tubular design that was the long-held belief of what the early Romulan starships looked like. Greg Jane did the model, I think it was. But it was just a physical model, and it appeared in the encyclopedia, Star Trek encyclopedia, but nowhere else. So we decided to base our Romulan race off that, and the models are being done by one of our guys called Brandon. He's come a long way in a short time,
that's fantastic.
He's done that. There's some untextured ones and some textured ones. There's a mix. He's going through that, and I'm putting them in the game. So you can already enjoy a bit of a flavor of where that's heading. It's got a mass driver cannon on the Dreadnought for the Romulans there.
Would it be fair to suggest that kind of in that very early era of the Romulans, that there's still some design elements of Vulcan ships?
We haven't really put a lot of Vulcan design into it.
Okay.
We've based it mostly on that tube ship. So that suggested to us that they were just doing what they could with limited resources. And it was later when the Romulans started expanding their empire, when we gave them warp drive because it'd be a bit silly, but we gave them slower warp, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You may notice that they'll stay vanished when you do a jump with them for longer than the other races.
I see.
Because their ships are also very reminiscent of submarines as well, I've noticed, with nacelles bolted on the sides.
Yes, that was the original concept.
Because it definitely fits like the primitive, we're just getting the whole idea of this ship design thing going.
Yeah, I quite liked it. And they're actually, with the AI at the moment, they're one of the more aggressive ones to go against, because they've got pretty cheap ships, considering they don't have shields, and they're still with missiles and all that. The Klingons are the technological power when you start a game in the Ent era, and the Federation catch up when you get to the late game, after you've got the alliance with the Tellarites and the Vulcans and the Andorians, and you start getting you get the Daedalus as United Federation of Planets ship. So they got their shit together after they joined with the others. None of the Akira Prize sort of thing. Not that was a bad design, but just needed a bit more thought.
Yes, possibly. Mind you, I think the prospective fifth season Enterprise was pretty good.
We have that in there actually as a update. So you can, once you've got the United Federation of Planets research done, build that extra hull onto it.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. You've just got it.
We
you've got
wanted
it all,
to be
haven't
able
you?
to. we put a bit of thought into it, and most of the content from the Homeworld 2 classic game is in the remastered version now. It's all just the old models. It needs polish. It needs a few other things, but it's fun already, as you can see, and we need to work on it. But we're going to be pushing updates out once a month, so people
Or
can
twice every 2 hours, depending.
Oh yeah, depends how bad the last update was. Yes.
Are there, just out of interest, are there any things that you find now that you can do in Remastered that you couldn't in Homeworld 2?
The cloak was one thing that I really like. That the other thing that I just couldn't do before, but can do now, same reason as the cloak, is badges. So you may have noticed that the Cardassians all had that same Cardassian logo with the green and the orange, but it's supposed to be just a flat red symbol normally. That's because it was using the badge that you chose.
I see.
So the Cardassians are the most developed with the badges because they're all the new ships. I've done badges on some random ones as I've been going through doing remastering. I think you'll notice the nose of the Datala, the Romulan TMP warbird, and the Deridex. They both have badges on them, and some of the Enter-Era Romulans do as well, and some other random ships. But yeah, we're going to have badges on everything that we can. Although not quite sure how we're going to sit them on the Federation ships because they don't really have any big logos anywhere.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're quite right. I suppose you could be. You could take a look at. I mean, particularly TMP ships. You could. They've often got these kind of like these red lines that flow throughout the ship, and just in front of them, there's usually a small Federation logo. You could consider putting the badges there.
That's true. We'd have to also have that little arrow as a logo you could choose, so that people could still have the original. But that'd work, yeah.
Just an idea.
You're an ideas man.
But then it's not uniform throughout all ships of that period unless you texture it that way, I suppose. So
that's true. Very true.
That's something to think about. Well, thank you so much for inviting us to play this evening. It's been incredibly good fun. It is, however, probably about 1:30 in the morning now. So
that's 10 o'clock for me on this side of the world. So I'll have to go and get on with my day.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you so much for getting up so early. It's been an absolute blast. I love what you're doing with this, and hopefully we can come back in, I don't know, a few weeks or something, and we'll take a look at one of the earlier eras.
Well, when the next month update pops out, we'll organise another one, and we'll do another video.
That'll be fantastic. Well, and thank you very much indeed for joining me, Connor.
That's all right. It's not like... No, been good. I was trying to say, think something positive, quick.
Quickly, think of the first thing that comes to your head. Bubbles. Thanks, Connor.
Pizza.
Oh, don't. Connor spent about an hour and a half earlier just ribbing me about the fact that he'd got some pizza and I hadn't. There will be repercussions. Nerfing the feds.
What?
What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, do have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions for Nathanius at all, do comment below on the video. He'll of course have the link, and if you'd be so kind, Nathanius, would you mind popping in occasionally just to answer any questions that people are asking?
I'm pretty sure I can manage that, yes.
That's fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any interesting questions, please do stick them in the comments below. For now, this is The Gull, and everybody else, out.